Okay, well, I'm going to do a clip here on the process I'm going to use to apply the top finish. I'm using the EcoFlow Satin Sheen, which is a water-based product. I highly recommend taking some scrap leather throughout this entire process. You know, applying the dye, get the technique down. You know, the Neatsfoot oil is forgiving, but the top coat, you know, I applied. Yeah, I tried several pieces, and I had a lot of trouble with this product. And you know, it shouldn't be that difficult to do. You know, it specifically states in the directions that, you know, you apply it with a damp sponge, and it says to apply a light coat. Excuse me. Let it dry, apply another light coat, let that dry, and then come back with a sheep's wool or a soft cloth and buff it out. You know, and when I tried to do that, I mean, I had all kinds of streaking and whatnot, you know, because this stuff's like water, and in certain areas it just wants to pool up, and those areas, if you let it dry, you just simply cannot get a nice uniform surface. You know, so I did some reading and banging around, and I finally found one thread on the internet that was the solution that I needed. So I'm going to show this right here. I'm going to start with my sponge. You know, it is damp. Shake up my solution, and I'm going to go ahead and get some on the applicator here, like so, and I'm going to start applying it just like they say, you know. And this is a liberal coat. This is not a light coat. This is liberal. And if you're working a large area, you want to keep going back over what you'd already done. You know, I'm only doing a small swatch here, but you know, just keep going over it and keep it wet. This is the ticket to ride. And then once you you know, complete getting it over everything and everything is still saturated, I'm going to take a paper towel and I'm going to take my finger, and I'm going to I'm not going to change the towel. I'm just going to take that and let it absorb up into the towel, and I'm just going to keep rubbing this down, circular motions all over the work surface. And then once we get it right here, I'm going to stop. And then once this coat dries, I'm going to do the same thing again. Wet it down, liberal application, keeping the surface wet with this product. And then once I get everything coated, I'll come back in with the same technique with this paper towel and wipe it down to pick up a little bit of it, spread it around, and then let that dry. And from there, I will come back with the soft cloth and buff this out. So I'm going to wait for this to dry. I'm going to do a second coat on this, and then I'll do a quick clip on the results. And then I'm going to move forward and do my holster, and I'll show the finished results past that. Okay, here's a shot after applying 2 coats of the EcoFlow's Satin Sheen. And you can see how much light is bouncing off this, but the process I just mentioned, that is the one that I'm going to use for the rest of the holster. You know, like I said, I had a really tough time trying to get this product to work properly, you know, and it should be a wipe on, wipe off, but it just simply was not the case. So hopefully this picks up here, you know, how nice this finish turned out. You know, obviously this scrap of leather has some blemishes in it. I'm focusing out on this area here towards the end. Let me try to get it out of the light just a little bit. Okay, and it absolutely is a beautiful, nice, smooth, clean finish. So this is what I'm going to shoot for. I'm going to do the rest of the holster, or do the holster itself, and I'll post a shot of the end, and this project will be complete. Okay, well, here's a shot of the completed holster after sealing it up, just like I'd mentioned in the previous clip. It has been sealed inside and out around the edges.
All in all, I think this thing really did turn out great for a first timer in doing leatherworking, so it might give you an idea on what you can pull off. You know, my being a novice, I'm quite pleased with this. It's nice, snug. It retains the weapon quite well. Sorry about the camera shaking there. But yet, I can still extract it with the thumb, no problem. You know, do some research, do some homework. This was a compilation of many different bits of information that I've got off YouTube, forums, whatnot, to pull this off, and condensed it into my version, you know, to follow, use all the steps, you know, that I outlined. So all in all, I think it turned out great, and I might begin working on one for my other weapon. Thanks for watching, and good luck.